This is Calabash Community, and we get straight to the stage where a violin band is playing for the Clarolite dancers. We will learn a lot more about the violin group a little bit later. But for now, we are joined by one of the members of the dance group, former National Youth Council President, Jonathan Shalom.
Jonathan Shalom, Clarolite dancers. We are a traditional folk group from Choiseul, really specializing in keeping the true form of the quadrille alive. And we here as part of the program of activities for Journée Creole. So it's been really exciting being here. Today we've performed on a live band with some international artists all the way from New Orleans, and it's been a really wonderful experience so far.
Tell us a little bit about the group that you represent. Just a short background.
Clarolite dancers. The founder is Mrs. Clara Edwards. She's been a folk stalwart in dance, in La Rose, in really keeping the culture alive. She was the one who founded the group, and we rightfully a few years ago named the group after her. We perform on the hotel circuit. We perform for a lot of local festivals and shows, and really the idea is to really get the young people to appreciate our culture, and the quadrille is really part of our culture. We have some really unique dances that are indigenous to St. Lucia. The La Comète, which we just performed a while ago, is part of, it's really St. Lucian. It's the only place you will get people dancing that form of quadrille. So a young group, it fluctuates. Sometimes we get really popular after people see us perform. We also perform for weddings and special events as well. So it's a young group, and we're looking to keep the folk alive.
You mentioned you're trying to get young persons to appreciate. Are you having much success in that area?
When the young people see us perform, they're interested. They come to our rehearsals and they really enjoy the art form. I think what's needed is for us to start tapping into the schools. Before we used to have the school quadrille competition. It really used to be a strong feature of our curriculum. That is missing. One of the key things missing as well is our musicians. We do not have folk musicians like we used to, so the kids are not really into the art form like we'd like them to be. So what would really be great if we could really get that within our curriculum and into the schools. One of the critical things also, we've not had a chance to get music sheets for a lot of the songs. A lot of our past musicians used to play by ear. So that we need to get into the schools as well. Get the music teachers to appreciate the art form and really make it part of the school curriculum where the kids learn the dances, they learn the music and get to appreciate the art form.
As we mentioned, the violin group which played for the Clarolite dancers comprised two musicians from New Orleans. They were so fascinated by the violin music produced by Ives Simeon that they adopted it and started teaching in the community of Labrie. Here they are in Choiseul. How does it feel being here tonight? First of all, talk to us about the experience.
Oh, it was awesome. The people in Choiseul, they're almost as cool as the people in Labrie. But that's just because we're from there,
Well, we're very glad to be part of this. The last time they had Journée Creole in Labrie, that was the first day we arrived. on that trip. And so it feels like we've come full circle. We've had a school of folk music all summer. And the last time you interviewed us, after that we got a few calls from interested students. So we actually do have one student from Choiseul, and
Remarkable.
she's a really great, she got a lot of musical talent, and about a dozen students in Labrie. And we want to teach this type of music that we played here tonight. For some reason, I just fell in love with it the first time I heard the Mr. Ives CD. And since then, I've discovered some of the other violin players in St. Lucia, Rameau Polion and Angus Baptiste from Miku, and
Charlie.
there's Charlie, of course, our really good friend
Mama
from
Lakai.
Mama Lakai. And he's been helping us over at the Folk Research Center, explaining how the dances and the songs go together. Well, it's very noisy here tonight.
I got a lot of my banjo chops from Charlie.
Yeah. And that was really a treat to play with. Yeah. And we invited Ms. Raymoniz to play with us. We had heard her play at Ladera. And to be able to play with someone like that and to play for these dancers, which is what this music is all about, that was
Absolutely.
really a treat for us.
Is that the first time that you're playing live your music before an audience like this?
Oh, in Labrie, we've been playing the folk music over there.
Well, no, we haven't actually played like that. We did a little show with our students.
Well, no, we did that thing in front of the library, baby.
Oh, well,
Come on, she was having a good time. It was a big party that night.
I guess I forgot.
And she was great. She was on, but
But we would like to play more, but with other musicians from here. And sometimes we just go to people's houses and old musicians who aren't getting out that much, but when you go to their house, they really enjoy playing. So the more we stay here and the more we ask about it, the more people tell us, oh, there's somebody over there, somebody in Saltibus, somebody
we're getting a
in
band
Bons La
together.
Grasse, somebody in Babino. So go over there and meet those people, and that's what we're doing.
We've been
yeah.
playing with some of the people in Mr. Ives' family and some guys that used to play with him in the old days, and it's been a great learning experience.
We were in the
people.
we were in the Labrie La Rose band. That's hard to say.
I got a
Try
lot of
saying
new
that
heroes.
loud. Try saying it fast 10 times.
I got a lot of new heroes, I'll just put it that way.
Now, I know you're doing music that is indigenous to us, and you're doing it in front of an audience here at Choiseul, which is probably a new audience for you. Was there any tinge of nervousness knowing that these are people who know the music and they come to look at you singing, performing for the first time?
Well, there aren't that many people playing these tunes on the violin. I think on the whole, what I feel is a lot of appreciation that somebody is playing these tunes because they're so great and you don't want to lose them. So in other parts of the world where I've been that they have a fiddle tradition, it's when the young people start playing it again, that's when it comes alive again. And I'm hoping that we can help with that, because what I love about this music, it's got that mixture of the fiddle tunes that I know from, say, Ireland, England, America, mixed with the Caribbean rhythms. And then with that twist that you all put on it here in St. Lucia, like the La Comette.
It's a lot like back home in New Orleans. It's you got your own flavor to whatever happens to sail into town. You kind of put it in the gumbo pot And this place is awesome, and it's very humbling to come and play with these folks. They're awesome people.
Good to see you again. We appreciate it.
Well,
Good to
thank
see
you.
you,
We
too.
appreciate you documenting all this.
Yes, definitely. We will hear a lot more from them in future episodes of Calabash Community. That brings the conclusion to our Calabash Community for tonight. I am Bernard Fanes, inviting you to join me again tomorrow. But in the meantime, stay tuned for the premiere episode of Chef Android with Valentine Dantes.